And today I have for you this brand new little personal beginner drone for flying indoors. This is the DEERC D11, and check this little guy out. It's got 4 brush motors, 4 propellers. It has these propeller guards on it. It's got a little light on the front, and it looks quite modern and sleek. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to bring the camera down to the table. I'm going to show you everything you get with this little drone, and then we're going to actually fly it, and I'm going to show you how well it works. And here it is. This is everything you get. Of course, you get the little drone itself. You can probably see it a little better right here. It's got this nice shiny black cover on the top. Here's your power button. You have the 4 props behind the propeller guard so nobody gets hit, and it won't do any damage to walls or surfaces if you do crash it. You're going to get 2 batteries for twice the flying fun. You get this little card overlay that goes over your controller so you know what all the buttons do. You have the nice controller itself. You do install batteries in the backside. You will need AAA batteries. You're going to get 4 extra propellers. You're going to get a prop removal tool, and you're going to get your little booklet right here. And I'm just using this marker here as scale reference as to how small this little guy actually is. Now this little drone is going to have features like a headless mode. You have multiple speeds to select from. It has a 360 flip mode, and you also have circle modes. And then this is your actual trims. So with this little directional pad, say if it's hovering and it's drifting forward, you just push back a few clicks until it actually hovers in place. It's just a way for trimming out your controls so the drone flies as level and as still as possible. Then your little power button is right here. But it's a super simple drone. It's very easy to fly. It flies just like the much larger drones. It does have altitude hold built into it, so if you are flying it at a particular height, it should stay there at that height within reason. It will fluctuate a little bit, but it's not going to hit the ceiling or fall to the floor. It is actually going to hold its altitude, which is really cool. But I think what we need to do is let's go ahead and put this little guy in the air so we can see exactly how well he flies. Okay, so I want to show you really quick. I have installed the battery in the bottom, and when you install the battery, you just simply drop it down in place and slide it forward, and it clicks right in. Very easy. But you want to have this on a level surface before you take off. And what you do is you turn the drone on, you turn the controller on. It's bound now to the drone. And then what you do is you can push these sticks down and to the outside, and that's going to calibrate the gyro inside to make sure that you get a nice, smooth, straight flight. And you should do that after crashing and before takeoff. I just wanted you to see that really quick. Now we're going to bring the camera up, and we're actually going to take off the table here and fly the little drone. All right, I'm going to try to do my best to keep it in frame where you can see it. We're going to hit the auto takeoff button, and you saw how well that took off. If you have a hard time hearing me, I apologize. The red light is in the back. You have a white light in the front, and you can see, well, let me get back over here. Let me back up a little bit. You can see that it is very controllable, and it flies very well. All right, I trimmed it a little bit. It was trying to go left on me, so I trimmed that out. And like right now, it's trying to fly backwards a little bit, so I'm going to trim it forward some, trim it back to the right a little bit. And now you can see it's holding altitude and holding its space quite well. You do have a multiple speed. You hit the top left trigger button right here. That's speed 2. And then you have speed 3. So it'll make it much zippier. Now if it's a nice calm day outside, you can fly this outside. But if there's any wind at all, I do not recommend it. The wind will take this right away. It is really made more for indoors. Now you can hit the circle mode. Oh, that was a flip. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong button. But if you hit the top right button, the controller will start beeping, and then you push the direction that you want it to flip. They do recommend that you be 10 feet high, but unless you have really tall ceilings, that's not going to happen. I'm actually only flying a couple feet off the ground, and I'm going to try to get it lower for you. And you can see it doing those flips. I'm trying to get it flipped in frame for you. Let me back up a little bit. Ready? We're going to try again. There you go. So it's super easy to flip. Now if you put it in headless mode, what that does is, no matter which way the drone is facing, if you push the stick away from you, the drone's going to go away from you. And if you pull the stick back, it's going to come back to you. And it doesn't matter the orientation of the drone. And then for the circle mode right here, you can just hit that spin button. And the drone's going to do that quick rotation for you. And you can just hit it again to shut it off. But I don't know if I have enough room here, but we're going to try it anyway. Maybe we'll crash, maybe we won't. But if you hold the same circle button down, it'll do more of a gradual circle. As soon as you give the drone any kind of input, it'll settle down. Now I do recommend a slightly larger area than like my office right here. But I mean, look how stable and steady this little drone is. It's excellent for beginners. We're going to go ahead and bring it in for, well, actually, you can just grab it and turn it upside down to turn it off. And another cool way that you can actually launch this is if it's in your hand, you can just throw it in the air and it's going to take off on its own. So catch it to stop it if you want, throw it in the air, and it's going to fly. Or if you don't want to do it that way, you can just hit the auto land and take off button, and it's going to bring itself down for a nice safe landing. So a super cool little drone, great for beginners, great for those indoor activities, you know, when it's raining and you can't go outside, or if it's snowing or too hot, you can get this little drone, fly it inside. You can learn how drones work, how they fly. It flies just like the bigger drones. All the controls are the same, and it's a really fun activity. I hope this video helps, and thanks for watching.